Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. I am Supriya Anchan from the Technology Advisory team at Nexdigm. We are running a series of podcasts themed Women in Technology with the aim of connecting with women across the globe, making a difference in their area of work. I am joined today by Alpana Shirgaonkar, Senior Executive Director, Business Process Management at Nexdigm India. She leads a team of accounting professionals and attorneys that provide finance and accounting and contract management services to our clients. She specializes in assessing and understanding client needs across cultures, geographies, and industries, designing customized transition plans and implementing them, hand-holding the project through hypercare to steady state, and then guiding continuous improvement efforts. Building strong and lasting client relationships is core to her role. She has been pivotal in setting up the learning and development function for BPM at Nexdigm. She set up the training center to help postgraduates fresh out of college to become corporate ready. For several years, she has also led an in-house team of IT professionals who provide technology solutions to the firm. Alpana frequently contributes to industry thought leadership as a speaker at a range of forums across her areas of expertise, including business and digital transformation, business process and continuity management, and set up and operational management of global capability centers and centers of excellence. Welcome to this podcast, Alpana. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you, Supriya, and thank you for the lovely introduction.
Alpana, so many hats, so many roles you're playing. What would you say are your areas of specialization?
I think it has been a journey, and I think even the area of specialization evolved. But if I look at the theme, it's primarily understanding the problem or the problem statement of a client, coming up with a solution that is simple and logical, and actually implementing that, obviously with the help of the team and technology, is something I would say is my area of specialization.
Alpana, you come from a core finance background, and today you head centers of excellence. You head educational activities within Nexdigm for BPM, getting people ready for GCC kind of activities. How do you see technology to be a facilitator for your clients to foresee tangible benefits?
See, there is nothing that is there in the business today that is not touched by technology. So right from when you talked about, making people corporate ready. Now the freshers who are coming out of college are today learning remotely using technology. Now there is nothing in a core field like accounting or a contract management. There is nothing called as pen and paper processes. It's everything which is driven by technology and processes. Right from onboarding of a resource, interviewing, training, performance management, and delivering, the processes and the outputs as per defined SLAs. Everything touches some part of the technology, and it is driven by the technology. So as I speak, I'm thinking that, I cannot imagine an area where technology hasn't touched the part of that process. So I would say that whatever is your domain or discipline that you are trained on, you need to be fully aware and equipped with technology.
I think that's absolutely true, Alpana. Today, nothing comes to my mind when I think of an area which is not touched by technology, and it's across all demographics. You have small kids, people from the next generation are hooked on to technology, either for schooling or some enhancing their skills. People from the prior generation, you have people who are hooked on to technology for any of their needs, and people who are working currently are also hooked on to technology. So like you rightfully said, technology has touched us in various means, but it has definitely impacted all of our lives. And I think this pandemic is something which has actually elevated the use of technology in each one's lives. How did
Absolutely.
True. How did you see this technology, to be as an enabler or a disabler, if I were to put that word, or a disruptor rather, during this current pandemic? If there are any experiences or something that comes to your mind which you would like to share with us.
Sure. The way I look at it, Supriya, technology has been a savior for us. It's not even an enabler and definitely not a destructive, purely because I'll tell you that when the lockdown announced or just before the lockdown was announced, we had to shift the entire operation to remote working almost within 24 hours. And the entire operation that was working from offices had to work from home without any disruption of service. And I'm very proud to say that, we achieved that within 24 hours. Hats off to our business continuity team. But it wouldn't have been possible without technology and processes. So in today's scenario, still we are in a hybrid model and still we are ramping up back to work from office. But right from, as I mentioned, my hiring process is happening remotely. My interviewing process, my onboarding process, entire training we shifted to e-learning. We took we used LinkedIn learning very rigorously during this pandemic. We used audio-visual rigorously for training and even for managing the work. There are dashboards, there are visualization tools that helped us in having a complete control over the work we do. There are collaboration tools, maybe Teams, maybe SharePoint, that was giving a clear-cut updates and real-time information to all the stakeholders. All now in-person meetings have shifted to Zoom and Teams, and that is looking like a new normal for another year or so. And I think we wouldn't have been able to manage if we were not abreast with technology and we were not using the technology to the extent that we're using today. So I would say that this pandemic has been a great learning experience, but at the same time, a realization that the investments we were making in technology and the focus we had in implementing technology for so many years delivered the value that we were looking for.
I couldn't agree with you more, Alpana. This pandemic, although was shocking, it kind of pushed us back when we were, cooped up in our houses, didn't know what's happening outside or didn't know when we can step out. But with the use of technology, now it's opened a total different arena of work. The work culture has totally shifted, where organizations have accepted, people have accepted, the education system has accepted, where everything is online now. So you're looking at online as probably your primary mode of communicating or connecting with people than, kind of moving out, because that saves so much of time. It is so much easier, and you can actually connect with large people across the globe. It doesn't matter where you're sitting from. So this pandemic, and also it has opened so many avenues, like you said, about learning. People have started upscaling themselves through all these learning platforms that are available and sharpening the skills that they have, which I truly agree that it's most important that we keep our skills and upgraded at all points in time.
I think it also challenged our beliefs or maybe certain fears about how we will be able to manage remotely. I think this pandemic also, maybe helped us take that leap of faith that, we can manage it in any circumstances if we have the technology backbone in place.
True, very true. Alpana, there are people, women, who've started off with their career. They've kind of moved past the mid-management, but now are looking at that place of kind of being a leader or a mentor or someone who's making a difference, someone who's making things easier for the others to kind of walk that path. You've been one of them who's done that. What do you feel is the future of women leaders in this space?
It's an interesting question, Supriya. So when I say in this space, I'm maybe using it a little at a wider scale where, it's a leadership position or maybe a top management position in any industry, because today there is no industry which is, maybe away from technology. And I'm a consumer of a technology or the implementation partner for my clients when it comes to technology. So maybe I'm covering this from this space. Yes, I would say that women are born multitaskers, and there are a lot of qualities that we should first believe that we have in us. Whatever education or whatever formal training that we are willing to take or investing in, I think we need to be updated about what is happening in the world and what is happening in the market and where the world is moving, because there is no discipline or no education which will remain in its pure form, and we will have to be completely in sync with what is happening in the market. Third, I would say is what is the quality that differentiates us is also the empathy and the people side, which a lot of time is taken for granted. But I would say that that's the quality that will take women to heights. Because, technology can take care of business as usual. It will enable you to do things differently. But there is always going to be a people element. There is always going to be an element of relationship, maybe with your clients, maybe with your teams. And I think women are born talented or capable of handling the people aspect of their role. And I would say that if they don't lose sight of that quality, nothing can stop them.
Alpana, I've been speaking to a few guests on my podcast, and most of them have brought this part out that, your education, your experience can take you as much, but beyond that, it is your people management skills is what is going to really help you. So if you have your sights, or if you have your focus on being one of the leaders, whether it's technology or otherwise, you need to hone on your people management skills, because like you very rightfully said, it's people who matter. End of the day, it's the people who are going to get you there. It's the people collectively is what is going to help everybody achieve their goals or whatever objectives they have, whether it's business, whether it's personal, whether it's professional. You need to have that connect with the people. Your education, like you said, you don't even know whether it's in the pure form, because what you use is the derivation of that and how you can imply it in the various fields and areas of work that you're doing. So it's only how you are able to balance what you've learned, what your experiences have been, and your soft skills of people management that can really get you there.
Yeah, and also I think the genuine intent and genuine care that we have for everything that we do. I think that's what matters.
Alpana, thank you very, very much for those interesting thoughts and sharing excerpts from your journey and experience. It's been a wonderful conversation, and I'm sure our listeners will find this session to be interesting and useful. To all our listeners, thank you for being part of this podcast. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did in putting it together. Stay tuned for our next topic in this series with another guest. Until then, stay safe and stay inspired.